All right, I know these settings are all jacked up and you can't see anything and it's super shaky, but we're about to do an impromptu video right here.
He's got a stack of them, so he's gonna get one and bring one.
Hey.
And you also...
You guys mind if I interrupt for a sec?
Go ahead, I'm just talking some
Here,
business.
hold on. No.
Give the guy 5 minutes to read.
No, absolutely not. Let me adjust my settings here. Here, take that. Welcome back. Let's go look at the truck, dude.
What are we talking about?
We don't have
Let the guy put his luggage away first.
Oh, his luggage ain't going anywhere. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, here, Chad. You want to show him the truck? Here. Get my stupid.
I thought you were on a podcast.
I just did it.
He's done now.
All right.
So the other day I just I primed the paint, I primed the stuff. Obviously, as you can see, I got the tanks off. They're sitting over there ready for your cousin whenever he wants to come. I primed the whole frame, got it ready, prepped, and then I just shot this the other day because I wanted Noah to see what it would look like as a finished product with a rattle can. I just did it real quick with some cheap stuff, and then I've got your fifth wheel. Remember how dirty your fifth wheel was?
Yeah.
You were out here helping us. This is your fifth wheel. It's not completely done. There's still more things I want to do to it, but I have more important things. But this is it right now. So the way it looks, and then
that's kind of crazy.
yeah, I shot this right here with a cheap rattle can in like 5 minutes while Noah sat over my shoulder and watched me shoot it, just so you could see what it's going to look like, and basically to show you what it would look like with grease on it if I didn't scrape all that grease off and knock some of the rust and stuff off. I just wanted you guys to kind of get a visual of what it's going to be like. Now, I'm not necessarily too concerned about this stuff because the cab's going to be down when it goes to shows. The only person that's going to see it is like us around here when we lift it up if we have to do any mechanical work. Not a big deal, because you know, this is all going to be covered. It's going to be dark, hard to see, so that's not that big of a deal. But now over here, this is more of a big deal to me because you can see how shoddy this was right here. Back there, there's a section that I kind of cleaned up that you can really tell how bad this frame was with runs and stuff. Go ahead and put your hand on that. Feel that.
Oh yeah.
How smooth is that?
That's great.
I wish you guys could have got his smile on there. That's all I needed to see.
Thumbs up, brother.
That's all I needed to see. So we took the fifth wheel off. I cleaned all this up, and I basically primed it, and then, you know, got all the rust jacking and stuff like that off. And then I shot all the areas I'm not going to be able to paint with the gun as it sits right now, because when I climb under there, I'll be able to get the angles of the stuff that's still primed. Now, some of this stuff I left on here because it's really not that big of a deal. It's a 53-year-old truck, and we want some character. It's not brand new coming off the dealership, and you also told me some of this stuff doesn't matter. That's why I left this, and I shot it like this, and Noah said he liked that because it gives it some character. So, and this is extremely hard, but I did sand down and did what I could with this, but like these are smooth, they're all done. These are cleaned up and they're primed and stuff like that. And then here's the plate. You remember the mound of grease that was sitting right here in between this?
Yeah.
And how nasty that was? This is all primed and painted underneath and primed and painted on top. So today, we're gonna take this loading ramp right here, we're gonna open this door, we're gonna put it right there, we're gonna put this on that moving cart, and we're basically gonna walk it right up that ramp onto here, because I found that back in the little trailer that was back here in the back 9. So I dug that out with some boards that I could use stack those rims, because I needed the pallets to be able to flip those two things around and not just slam them on the floor. So I'm just trying to be creative with the materials that we have around here that you guys don't know about, that I'm going and digging for.
Resourceful.
So I am very resourceful, and I'm glad you acknowledge that and see that. But yeah, like if you go over to the other side, walk right over there really quick for me. You see how nasty this is?
Yeah.
This is what your frame looked like, and now if I shot this primer over, you're still going to see the runs. What I want to do is I'm going to clean this up, and I'm basically going to pinstripe around this, so this can be a reference point for anybody at a show that may be like, well, who painted the frame? It looks like garbage, blah, blah, blah. You can say, go look at that. That's how it looked when we got it in the shop. So we think he did an extremely well job, because the guy's awesome, and he deserves a bonus. But yeah, all this stuff, I knocked it down with some stuff, so this is all nice and smooth. There is going to be a little bit of orange peel, because this is a high gloss black once we get it on, but it's going to be 10 times to a million times better than what it was when it rolled in here, because obviously if I would have just shot over that, you see what kind of crap it would have looked like. So now I'm just basically cleaning up the engine so I can prep it to get it ready for paint, because it is going to look like this when I'm done. And I think you guys are going to be extremely happy with the finished product. There is a lot of stuff to do. I do have a deadline. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop, because I'm working basically day and night until my body says you need to stop and get some sleep, or I've huffed too much paint fumes and I'm starting to get a headache. But oh yeah, come and look at the bumper too real quick. You remember what the bumper looked like?
Wow.
I just hand polished that one Sunday night. Saturday night, I just sat right in the, well, I actually used the office chair and just sat there, gave it a nice Neverdall bath, cleaned it off, and then I hand polished it, and then I used a cordless buffer just to take it off and go over it a little bit. So basically restored it to factory new. I know the cab hasn't had anything change, but everything else has. This is the last thing I'm going to do, because this is the most important thing I'm going to do. So once I get the engine done, Donald is going to possibly come over Monday and help me change out that hub via your approval after we get off camera and we talk about that, which our conversation was interrupted. No big deal. We can go back to it. Then I'm going to take care of the engine. I'm going to wrap it with plastic. I'm going to shoot the frame. Once the frame's done and drying and all that, I'll cover it with plastic. I'll drop the cab, and bada bling, bada bloom, we're going to be painting it. So I need the yellow paint code so I can get that ordered from PPG down in Rome.
What's the code?
And we can get on that.
What's the code?
FFB 800.
Okay.
FFB 800.
Remember that, folks, because I'm not going to, because there's a million things going through my mind.
FFB 800.
We should put it over on the board. Oh yeah, and I rearranged. Hopefully you like my rearranged job in my nice house I got over here for you. Try not to be like a slob and keep your shop messy.
Very organized.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I got the grease cleaned up because I don't want those fancy leather hay dudes getting nothing on there. You're tracking it in the office.
Nice. Nice. Cool, man.